I'm starting a yo-yo brand. Originally, when I envisioned this video, I imagined a super high energy, scripted, action-packed video like I usually film that would show why this brand is the coolest, most amazing, perfect brand there is. But the problem is, it's not. Well, yet. I didn't become a world yo-yo champion at my first ever yo-yo contest. It took a lot of time and a lot of steps to get there. But I knew eventually I'd become world champion, and I'm confident I will make this brand unlike any other brand that exists. We're just at the early stage, and this is your invitation to join me in the journey. So, the name of the brand is Yo-Yo Champion. Yes, I'm a 4-time US national champion and 2-time world champion, but that's not what this brand name is really about. The thing about yo-yoing is it has the ability to make us all feel like champions. That feeling of picking up a yo-yo for the first time and learning how to throw it, practicing that new trick for weeks and finally landing it, or stepping on stage and hitting a routine in front of people that you've been practicing for months. But it's not that final result that makes the champion. Landing that trick, winning that contest, that's only part of the story. The champion in you is built through a long process, a lot of steps, and a lot of failure. So there's a few steps I've taken so far for the brand. It started with the development of the first Yo-Yo Champion exclusive yo-yo, the new Super G. You know, let me actually give you a little backstory to that. When I was 15 years old, I created my first ever signature yo-yo with Yo-Yo Factory called the Super G. The shape was extreme, it spun forever, and it was designed to help me in that early stage of my competitive journey. And this yo-yo is actually the exact yo-yo that I used at my first World Championship in 2011, where I got 3rd place. And a lot of you might be wondering, am I ditching Yo-Yo Factory and no longer working with them? The answer is no. Yo-Yo Factory has done so much to help me get to where I am today. I couldn't actually afford to go to that year's World Yo-Yo contest, but Yo-Yo Factory flew my mom and me across the country so I'd have a chance to compete. They designed the original Super G. They've been crucial in so many of the steps I've taken to achieve my goals over the last 15 years. But my goal here is to create something that's bigger than me. I want to lead a new path and create an environment where I can support the next generation of yo-yo players through a new identity. And I'll be grateful for Yo-Yo Factory's continued support in this new goal of mine. I went on to win a couple contests with the Super G, but only about a year after it was replaced by the Shutter and kind of forgotten about. See, the Super G never really got the glory it deserved. While I never won a national or world title with it, the original Super G was the yo-yo that kind of started it all for me. There would be no champion without this yo-yo, so it's only right that the first Yo-Yo Champion exclusive model brings this yo-yo back to life with a brand new version. It started with drawing the original Super G for a baseline, thick rims, and a super angular profile. The goal for the design was to create something extreme, but modernize it to today's standards while keeping all the positive features from the old yo-yo. I didn't want to take anything away from this design, I just wanted to add to it. I'm thinking wide, stable, super long spinning, great for horizontal, and of course, super. The original Super G was basically made up of 3 parts. We have the rims, the area that goes down into the gap of the yo-yo, and then this steep step. So my first thought was to make it wider by taking that vertical step and tilting it out at an angle. I didn't want to remove the step completely because it was such an iconic part of the original Super G's design, so I kept a small step, pulled that original step out, and we're left with something like this, sitting at about 48 millimeters. But we gotta get more super, dog. It's the Super G, come on, we gotta go wider. So I decided to add one more angle down by the bearing seat to bring out the width to 56 millimeters, so it's extreme but not too crazy. And after some final tweaks, I was left with this. Next, it was time to take this drawing and get a 3D version mocked up, then create a 3D printed prototype of the yo-yo to see how it feels in hand. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of how this is all gonna work. This is what the yo-yo looks like. This is what is going to be printed. The rims of the yo-yo are this blue area, and once it's all printed, we'll basically just separate the blue pieces from the white base and have our 2 halves of the yo-yo. So I went home for the day and the 3D printer went to work for the next 12 hours and 42 minutes until the yo-yo was finished. All right guys, it's the next day. I just got to Yo-Yo Factory and I think the yo-yo should be done. So I'm gonna check it out. Ooh, there the halves are. Let's open this up and check it out. Oh, there we go. Oh, they look so cool. So it's gonna be really light. It's not gonna be like the actual weight and everything of the yo-yo. This is really just to feel how the yo-yo feels in hand. So I don't really know how to take this white part off. I don't wanna break the, oh, look at that. This is the exact shape. So let's pop the other one off. Ooh, that's a beast. Let's get the axle in here. There we go. Look at that. The Super G first official 3D printed prototype. And man, does that feel perfect in hand. From here, it was time to put an order in for the samples of the real yo-yo, which takes some time. So in the meantime, I got to work on the Yo-Yo Champion packaging. So you can see what the design looks like on the template that I made right here. This is basically the box completely unfolded, but in real life, it looks like this. Ooh, come on, dude. How sick does that look? On the top of the box is the Yo-Yo Champion crown, so it's the first thing you see when you go to open the yo-yo as a reminder to carry that champion's mentality with you. If you look close, the crown was turned into an all-over print, which wraps around the box all the way until we get to the back. It says, show up, never give up, and lift others up. That is how you play like a champion. The second package is for the Super G. This one's all black, and I'll reveal the production Super G in its completed packaging at the end of this video so you can see what that looks like too. Every Yo-Yo Champion yo-yo represents the qualities of a champion. All the things I learned over the last 20 years in my experience in the yo-yo scene. So when you pick up a Yo-Yo Champion yo-yo, you're putting on that crown too. So after what felt like forever, I finally got word that the Super G samples had arrived. All right, I just got to the Yo-Yo Factory HQ, and Ben here tells me, he says, you want to play a game? They've got all of the yo-yos. They're setting up a bunch of yo-yos for their May sale, and apparently the Super G sample is in here somewhere. I've been waiting to play with it. There's a lot of yo-yos here.
At the moment, there's about 1,200 yo-yos on the table.
Could you have put it in here?
I could have. Or could it be right here? Is it over here somewhere? Where is it, Gentry? You just gotta find it.
I don't know.
Is that it right there?
Hold on.
Is it hidden in the middle? I don't know. Needle in a haystack. It's somewhere here.
It's aqua. I know that, right? I'm scanning down the line.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh.
I just saw it right before.
Look at this.
Do you know what I should have done? I should have just made half
Hey,
of the...
look at this. Oh. Oh, that looks freaking baller. It's so good already, I can tell. It's perfect. I can already tell. Sick.
You won
Look
the
at
game.
that.
Congratulations.
Sheesh. And now is the moment to see the production Super Gs in person for the first time. Now this has all been in development since the beginning of this year. And I feel like this moment is kind of a full circle moment for all of the different things that I have experienced in my life and that yo-yoing has taught me and brought to me. So here they are. You're seeing it for the first time with me. There they are. Look at that. Play like a G, baby. Come on. Oh, it looks so good. I was literally a part of every step in this process, and I'm really excited to continue to do that for you guys with everything else that Yo-Yo Champion will bring. And now we're here for the next step. Yo-Yo Champion is officially launching worldwide at this year's World Yo-Yo Contest in Prague, Czech Republic, the same city I won my first World Championship in 2014. The Super G will be available for pre-release at this year's US National Yo-Yo Contest in Las Vegas in limited quantities in these two colors, followed by the full online release on yoyochampion.com July 11th. Make sure to go to yoyochampion.com and subscribe to the newsletter to get all the inside info and be the first to access the new Yo-Yo Champion Super G. Subscribe to the Yo-Yo Champion YouTube channel and follow the Yo-Yo Champion Instagram page so you don't miss out on any of the content that's coming. And with that, play like a champion. I'll see you soon.